I am so sorry, y'all. My daughter has had quite the night.
Oh,
I
how
am
is Sully Sue
so.
doing?
She's doing good. I'm so sorry I'm late. I feel like Keisha Cole right now.
Oh no, don't do it.
I love
Well, she
her.
was an hour and a half late. At least she was
That's
only
true.
like five,
That's
ten
true.
minutes late.
That's true.
Well,
That's true.
thank you for joining.
Of course, I'm so sorry. You're probably like, this bitch right here.
No, no, no. You know I love you to pieces, so it's all good.
How are
I'm
you?
so happy to have you here. I'm
I
doing well.
do.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen you in so long.
It's at least been a year. I'm all comfy in my room just because my husband took over. I was like, oh my gosh, it is past 8 o'clock. I got to get on my throne.
Well,
You
no,
look
thank you.
amazing. I love the
Well, thank you,
shirt.
thank you. Absolutely. I had to dress up for you, darling.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I didn't. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just happy to have you here. So officially, welcome to Five Songs That Changed My Life. You are my first guest of 2021, so I'm excited to kick things off with you.
Amazing.
Yay!
Honored.
Yes, yes, I'm honored to have you. So for those who don't know, not only is Kylie just an amazing, fun person, but she's an amazing vocalist, singer with quite the interesting history.
Little interesting. Little.
A little interesting, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to give a little bit of background. You can fill in the gaps as we go. So you were born in Arkansas, but you grew up in Orlando, correct?
Yep. Born in Arkansas, grew up in Orlando till I was 17.
Okay.
Then I
Okay.
moved to LA. Yeah.
Got you. Got you. So at what point did you jump on the Britney Maybe One More Time tour as a backup singer?
That was in my early or late teens, so like 17. So Baby One More Time, from the jump, I was working with her.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So
Yeah.
that was definitely the big break in a lot of ways. And Timbaland discovered you on that tour, correct?
He actually did. Yeah, we were doing the Grammys, the 2000 Grammys, and I met him in a hotel lobby that he was staying at, and he had me sing for him, and that was it. It was kind of crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's definitely one of those like Hollywood stories.
Yeah, I went back on tour, and I was like, "Love you, Britt. Bye."
Bye, gotta go now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you signed to his Beat Club Records, which was his first time
Through Interscope.
doing the whole
Yep.
label situation through Interscope. Correct, correct. And you recorded your album Simple Girl that criminally was not released, but criminally. Those of us who know that album is a classic. It
really
stands up
is.
against
It's still
any
relevant.
of the R&B albums. It is still relevant. Absolutely.
It's crazy.
It may be wishful thinking, but I would love to still see it one day.
I've poked him a couple times, just like, Tim, can we put this out? Like, and then it's crickets. But
Gotcha.
I'll still bother him. I'll still annoy him and see what he says.
Please do.
Yeah,
Please do.
I will.
And we as the fans will poke him too.
Please, thank you.
Yes, indeed. But we did get two singles. We got "Give Me a Song" and
Kiss Me Like That.
"Kiss Me Like That." Correct. Oh, I'm sorry, three actually, including
Yeah,
"Who Will I
and
Run
Who Will I Run
To."
To. But that wasn't
Yes.
originally a Simple Girl. Jimmy Iovine and Ron Fair got their paws on me, and they decided to make that a single, which wasn't originally a Tim or a Simple Girl cut.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That was an effort to get more mainstream radio, I would assume.
Exactly. Or make me the artist that they, I guess, wanted me to be. Who knows what that is?
Well, listen, and we'll come back to this in a moment, but you definitely have the Mariah Carey notes in your throat.
Yeah.
So I know that they wanted you to give the big ballad.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly. That was it. And so, I didn't have that with Simple Girl, so they thought that was appropriate. But for me, Who Will I Run To was more of a growth. That felt like more of a sophomore album for me. But they went ahead and pushed that, and that's kind of where the whole Simple Girl cracked. Because
Gotcha.
we had Jimmy Iovine, Ron Fair, all these guys, and then we had Timbaland, and it didn't really feel like they were agreeing on what to do with me. So in the midst of that, I'm the one that suffered the most.
Sure.
Understood. Yeah.
I've maybe you can clear this up for me.
Yeah.
I know that your first single, "Give Me a Song," is it "Give Me a Song"?
Make Me a Song.
Make Me a Song. Sorry, I don't know.
But
It's a song, girl.
it should be. It's funny. It should have been "Give Me a Song," And they,
Well, listen, we'll talk to Candace about that because I know Candace wrote that one.
that girl, yeah, she did.
Yes, love Candace Nelson. Shout out to her.
She's amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I know that song referenced "Rock the Boat," Aaliyah.
Uh-huh.
I know that there was some sort of scuttle in the pre-Twitter era about, oh, she's trying to be Aaliyah.
Could
Do
never
you feel
be
like you got it?
nothing.
Exactly.
Could
Do you feel like you
never,
got
as
any
much as I
flack for that?
try or want to be, I could never. No, it was. I think at first it may have been taken that way, and that wasn't. If anything, it was just more like fuel for the fire to be like, well, cool. If I can be compared to her, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
no, I mean, I would never try to. I have nothing. Admiration, complete admiration and respect for that woman. I just adored her.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So many of us did, for sure. So from there, Simple Girl, fell apart, unfortunately. You persisted. Not only as an artist, you had your time also with Matthew Knowles' Music World Entertainment.
Yep.
So there was a little bit of the Beyonce factor
That was
by
really,
proxy, kind of.
yeah. And there's a whole. I mean, I don't want to get into all of it tonight, obviously, but
Sure, sure.
there was a lot of passes after leaving Interscope. Nobody really wanted to come behind Jimmy Iovine,
Mm.
and it was tragic. I recorded a couple more albums, but it just I don't know. Even the Matthew
Yeah.
Knowles thing, it's funny, those songs just got released by Dream and Jazzy Faye, and that took what, 10 years to get released. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
This industry's so dumb.
Say that again.
I'm so dumb. So stupid. I mean, it's cool for a few things, but I'm so glad that I'm like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because it's just I don't even know.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really where we all are. So,
Yeah.
but in the meantime, you persisted. Your voice is a
Yeah.
gift, so you
Thank
continue to
you.
use your voice not only
Thank
as an
you,
artist.
babe. I
Welcome.
appreciate that.
Absolutely, I mean it. I mean it. I'm not shitting you
I
for
know
real.
that.
But you sang backup also for some pretty major artists. You
Yeah.
went on 3 tours with Madonna. Is that right?
Yep, 3.
Okay,
Sticky and Sweet MDNA, and this last Rebel Heart tour. Well, not the last one
gotcha.
she did, whatever that was. But yeah, did those 3. That was about a 10-year span with her.
Wow.
Yeah, the queen.
So,
The
so
queen.
you were eating pretty good.
Shit.
Ah,
I know, man.
yes.
That
All
was
of the caviar.
all of it. All of it. All the lobster.
Okay. Yes. So Madonna. We also have New Kids on the Block.
Oh man,
Matthew
that was great.
Morrison.
Matthew Morrison, it was Matthew Morrison's tour. He
Mm,
was opening for the guys, and that ended up being the best tour I ever did. It was just
that's so cool.
so fun. So
He
fun.
seems like a great guy.
Matthew, he's one of
Yes.
my dearest friends. He's
That's so cool.
incredible. And yes, he is what you think of him, multiply it by 100. He's an incredible human being. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Matthew Morrison.
Yes. Hi.
And
You.
Demi Lovato too. You sang
Yeah.
back up for her as well, right?
Jorba Demi loved her. Yeah. Loved her a lot. She's we reconnected. Well, we tried to reconnect here in Nashville when she played on her last tour.
Mm.
But my whack ass friends were late and I missed her. So I know.
Boo.
Shame on them.
Shame on those whack ass friends.
You're forgiven. Love you still. But yeah, so that was a really cool tour. I think it was the Neon Lights tour.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that was fun. She's amazing. I love that girl. She's hilarious. I love her sense of humor. But yeah, that was fun.
That's awesome. That's
Yep.
awesome. And in the midst of all of that, you still continued as an artist yourself. You
Oh
still
yeah.
continued writing and creating, releasing little things here and there via your SoundCloud. And now you have a Patreon as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to get that, last year was a struggle trying to stay in the midst of, music while fighting breast cancer. I'm sure you were going to get to that anyway. Sorry if
Of course. No.
But yeah, that was a really hard time to be anywhere but self-care mode,
Sure.
So this year we're really trying to work that and just really personally figure it out and see, sorry, I'm holding my phone and I'm like,
It's all good.
And personally really try to figure out what it is that I'm doing, how I can be the best on that platform.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely.
It's a great platform.
Yes. Okay. And so everybody go subscribe to the Patreon. The link is
Patreon.com/Kiley Dean.
There you go. You heard it. Commercial right there. And you've got new music on the way, right? We'll talk about that a little more, but yes, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So exciting. So exciting. So let's do this. Let's jump into this song list and we'll talk more as we go, okay?
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So we mentioned Mariah Carey earlier. I mean, when you hear this woman's voice, you can't help it. Like, I hear it. It's all in here.
Especially like old school Mariah, like Vision of Love Mariah.
Yes, yes. So, Vision of Love.
Vision of Love.
Vision of Love is the first song on this list that we're going to get into. Y'all know, the emancipated Mimi, the queen of the butterflies and the lambs. This was that song that really made people sit up and take notice. So we're going to listen to just a little bit, and then we'll talk more about it, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
I love that.
I had to go for the real good part.
No, that's so funny that you played that part because in middle school, I was the whoa, whoa, whoa girl.
Yes, whoa, whoa, whoa.
They said, girl, that girl. They said, Kiley, come here. That's the girl that does whoa, whoa, whoa. And then they would have me come up to I'd be a 6th grader. They'd be 8th graders. And I'd be all intimidated. And they'd be like, sing whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'd go, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I would do like, oh my God, this is so good. So it started there. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mariah, for giving us all whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So in addition to Mariah, who were some of your influences growing up?
Influences. My dad would have Anita Baker on the radio.
Uh-oh, your sound's going out just a little bit.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
My dad would have Anita Baker on cassette all the way back in the 80s. I mean, it was nonstop. I forget. I think it was Rumors. Was that it? Not Rumors. I can't remember. The one with all my heart, I love you, baby.
Was that Compositions? No, that was before Compositions.
I can't remember what it was called.
I can't think of it.
But
y'all tell me. Y'all know it.
Yeah. My dad, I mean, she was a huge influence. Taylor Dane, obviously Whitney Houston.
Tell it to my heart.
I'm the only one. It's really love. So her, and then there was a kind of like a jazz kind of fusion-y kind of singer named Basha.
Yes.
Who I loved.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Basha.
So Basha is how I landed the Britney gig. I sang.
Okay.
I can't remember the song. But yeah, I landed my first professional gig because of Basha. Thanks, Basha.
So, yeah, which song did you audition with?
Time and Tide.
Okay.
Time and tide, nothing and no one can stop us now. That one's so good.
Yes,
so
a little range.
Yeah. Yes.
So showing off for a Britney.
I should have put a Basha song on for my 5 song, but there's too many to choose from, honestly.
I know, it's hard.
It's very hard.
You gave me some great ones. So actually, the next one is another classic. It's "Careless Whisper" by George Michael.
I know. So
I know.
Yeah, it's that one is one of the best songs ever.
Ever. So let's listen to just a little piece of it. Because, I mean, I know everybody knows it, but if you don't, you're going to hear it right now.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. What's wrong with you?
We're taking you to school.
Thank you. What were your parents playing for you? Jeez.
Yes, exactly, right? Polka?
Right. What the heck? I'm heartbroken already.
I know.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Yeah.
That saxophone. I'll never forget shopping with my mom and grandmother, like I think it was Daytona, and I was obviously very, very young, like toddler young when this song was out, like maybe 4 or 5. And I remember hearing that and it moving something in me at a very, very, very young age. Written on a bus when he was 13 years old. That was what I was just
That is crazy.
He was 30. You're saying 15. I read 13, like total prodigy, and he wrote
Wow.
it on a bus. But I love that you just said that, Ricky, because I was just gonna say. And when I hadn't learned that till later in life, but there was something in the saxophone, and then just the da 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 da, that whole like vibe, and it just moved me as a child, like a very, very, very young child. And that's why that song's kind of always been, I don't know, it's always had a close place with me. It was one of my
Yeah.
first songs I've just was completely moved by.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him
No,
before he
man.
passed away?
Mm-hmm.
And
That would have been,
legend.
yeah, that would have been amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I know that you write songs as well. That song has a certain simplicity to it. It's
Yeah.
just, when your heart is broken, you feel like you're never going to eat, sleep, dance, anything ever again.
It's the end of all ends.
It's the end of all ends, right? So how do you take that inspiration into your own writing now?
Man, it's intimidating, for sure. Lyrically is not my strong suit. Mine's melodic. That's my strong suit. So, I guess just like I don't know, you take, subjects like what he's talking about, but for me, it's more like I said, the melody that I always kind of cling to. Here in Nashville, moving here, I've been writing a lot more. And the way that people like to write here are in groups of either two or three. So you have somebody that's in the session writing constantly. It kind of, or not constantly, but it's keeping the pen going with three people in a room, and I'm finding it easier to co-write with people because, like I said, I'm more melodically driven as to where some of these people, their lyrics are just incredible. But yeah, I mean, if I could have been 11 years old or whatever, 13 years old, writing that on the back of a school bus, come on now. That's just some other level of genius.
It really is.
It's just another.
It really is. Awesome.
It really is.
Awesome. And you've worked with some amazing writers. I know Nashville is really the songwriter's town, but even before that, we mentioned
John
Candace
Legend,
Nelson earlier.
Ryan Tedder.
Go ahead. Run through it. Run through it.
Ryan Tedder, I was actually his first cut. I'm the first artist he cut his teeth on. So that's pretty cool.
And which song was that?
It was I Don't Wanna Be Alone.
Hey!
Remember that?
Yes. Oh yeah. What do you mean?
Incredible song.
I love that song.
Yeah, that was a great song. Interscope screwed that one up too, but whatever. I'm not here to talk trash.
It's all good. Talk whatever trash you need to talk.
I know, right?
Was that Simple Girl or after?
That was Simple Girl.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was so much talent in your camp around that time. I remember, like, all of you guys just inspired me so much. You, Ryan, Candace, Carey came along later. There was just so much creativity. Shelby Norman, I have to give a shout out to her as well.
Did you know Carey wrote Over?
Yes. Yes.
When
Sorry, go ahead, sing a little bit for the people.
Birds, 'cause we're over and we can't go back to the way that we were. Sorry, because I'm holding my phone and I look like my eyes are all squinty. I'm sorry, y'all. It was hard getting my baby down. I'm so happy. She was having a fit. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
But yeah, I didn't know Carey until I heard that song, and then I was like, okay, this girl is out of this. She's out of here. So.
Did you actually get to meet her and work with her?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Awesome.
She's
awesome.
really cool. I like her a lot.
Awesome. Did you mention John Legend? Did you say
I actually did some stuff. He didn't write on any of my albums, but I did some movie stuff with him. Yeah.
Very cool. Anything we can find that's floating out there?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. Gotcha.
I don't think it ever popped off or anything.
Damn it.
I know, right? Annoying. Story of my life.
I hear you. It's my favorites. John Legend, Kiley Dean, like I'm just okay.
I know.
Also,
go ahead.
Mariah Carey, I forgot to ask you. At one point, you had a cover version of "Can't Let Go" floating out there.
Even though, that one. I have no idea where it is. It was before I was signed, and gotcha. I almost feel like I don't even remember, but I remember having a choir a live choir in the session with me, which was amazing. They were incredible.
Dang.
But yeah, I
Wow.
don't know where it is. I can ask Kyrie.
Ah, yes. Shout out to Kyrie.
Hi, Kyrie. Love him.
It's like, why is this guy emailing me? But it's okay. Here we are.
Totally.
Hilarious, hilarious. But yes, okay. So moving on to the Britney element, the
Okay.
Britney moment. The next song on your list is "Baby One More Time"
Mm-hmm.
by the one and only Britney Spears.
Yep.
As we mentioned earlier, it's the first tour that you went on that really kicked things off for your career.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we're going to get a little refresher on what it sounds like.
Yes.
Oh baby, baby.
You know, when I hear it, it truly feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just feels like a lifetime. I'm sure she feels that way more, but yeah,
Mm.
the memories and like I remember the first time I heard it, just being like, that song's massive.
Oh yeah,
Little did
yeah.
I know in a couple months I'd be joining her on that tour. It's just so bizarre.
What was that experience like, being part of that
Oh,
phenomenon
it was
of the
incredible.
beginning of Britney?
Well, you know, like the first show that we did was at a fairground with all little girls.
Mm,
And by the time that I ended up going, I think I toured with her for a little over a year. By the time, and it was Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again. So the first
okay.
concert we did was like maybe 400 or 500 people, and it was all little girls. And then when I left, it was an arena full of drag Britneys. So the dynamic in the crowd it was just amazing to see her evolve and like her fans were older. They were yeah, it wasn't little girls and pigtails anymore. It
Hmm.
was just a whole new amazing, colorful fan base that she just got like over a year. It was crazy to watch her just
Yeah.
skyrocket.
And now she is the iconic Britney bitch.
It,
We have to say all of it together. It's Britney bitch.
I know. It's crazy. I love, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Did that inspire you as a growing artist to
Oh,
see what was possible?
oh yeah. And then I like, the thing with Brit, her timing was perfect,
Mm,
and that's like back in the day, the way like, and I still believe in timing, but like we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have anything like that. We had a record label and you had a song that had to be out at a certain time. You know what I mean?
mhm,
So I remember when she first started, there was like this English girl that her name was Billy. Do you remember that girl? She was like a
mhm.
pop, I don't know. And she was afraid. She was like, she's really big in UK. And she was like, that was like her nemesis,
I see.
but
Okay,
they
okay.
weren't enemies or anything, but that she was
Right.
comparing herself to her. And she's like, she's really big. And I'm like, okay, but you're about to like, blow her out of the water. Anyway, then she becomes this just, massive pop star. Everybody was waiting for somebody like her, and her timing was great. Her and Christina both,
Yes. Yes, for sure. For
you
sure.
had the
I could
one
have seen
that
you.
could sing her face off, and then you had the Britney who was a performer who could not
Right.
sing her face off,
Right. But
but
that's
had great
okay because
songs.
she gave us all the moves
Uh,
and the stage
yeah,
and everything.
yep,
Yeah.
she was a package. It was great,
Yeah.
and she was a
Absolutely.
sweetheart. I loved her to pieces.
That's always good to hear too.
Yeah,
It's always
loved,
great to know that your
loved her.
faves are just kind of nice
Mhm.
people.
Very, very sweet, very kind.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. So now we move on to another influence of yours,
Hmm.
Aaliyah. Ah, baby girl, we love her. 4-page letter. Excuse me. By the way, the rest of these songs are on the 5 song Spotify playlist. If you hit
Yes.
the link in my bio, it will take you there. This one is not Blackground Records. Y'all playing because none of
That whole thing, what do they call it? Her uncle, whoever, Barry Hankerson, whoever
hmm
control that is
hmm
tripping so hard. It's like
yes, yes,
it's a shame.
yeah. So
Mhm.
y'all go find Barry Hankerson and throw stuff at him or
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway, yes, 4-page letter by Aaliyah. Here we go. Let's listen to a little bit and then we'll talk more.
I'll write you a
Hey,
love letter tonight. Ugh,
hey.
man, I'm telling you that.
Shout out to Missy for real on the pen of
Missy.
that song.
Oh, she is a alien. That whole crew was like force, just a whole force.
Mm-hmm.
So
The crew
that
of
song,
aliens.
yeah, that song was on my list for two reasons, because I adored Aaliyah, and that song was, when I first heard that again, it was like, okay, what is this? Little did I know I'd be pinning a deal with the man who created that record, or
Yeah.
that record. So that whole album, I mean, it was such a, I mean, God, what was she, 17 or 18 when she made that record? And she was so grown, and everything she was talking about was so relative and so, I don't know, beyond her years, but yet she had gone through those things and she had experienced those things. And it's just, she was phenomenal. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
for sure.
Crazy.
So how did it feel to end up working with Timbaland, especially so intimately on your first album? How did it feel to go from listening to his and appreciating his work to actually being in creative partnership with him?
Truly, there's nothing really to describe it. I remember just like hearing all of his things, his sounds on my record, on like with my voice. And I just remember being like, I can't believe I'm chosen to do this, like, not just because I knew I had the talent, I knew that, but again, it was like, it was my time, it was timing, and nobody, especially a white girl, was doing this kind of music with these insanely, just, I mean, the top of the top producers. And it was my time, like I was the one. And I just, yeah, it was awesome. There
Yeah.
aren't words to really describe when I heard it. When I heard, first off, the demos he was doing for me, and I was like, I get to sing this song, and then he let me write a little bit. It was such a great time, such a great time.
Awesome. Which songs did you write on?
God, I don't even know if I remember. I'd have to go back and look at. I think Simple Girl.
Okay.
Kiss Me Like That. Did I write Kiss Me Like That? No, I can't remember.
Okay.
Three
All
or
good.
four.
All good.
I got, yeah, on like three or four.
Nice.
I
Nice.
know. The Christian, or not the Christian one, the intro I wrote. And then there was another. I don't
Blessed. Okay.
remember. Yeah, Blessed. I wrote that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I have to keep coming back to it. That album was just
That's
so
ridiculous.
phenomenal.
Ridiculous.
Phenomenal. Um, I heard one DJ describe you as a mix between Aaliyah and Brandy during that particular time.
Okay.
And I definitely see a lot of that album living in that space.
For sure.
Not that it was a knock on either one of them or you felt like a copycat.
No.
But it really, really lived in that space. I know that a couple of years after that, Brandy came out with her Aphrodisiac album, in which she worked with Timbaland and Walter Millsap and Candace Nelson as well. I feel like Simple Girl, in a lot of ways, was a precursor to what Brandy did on that album.
Yeah, for sure. That's when I knew Brandy. She was hanging around. We were all hanging around the same people. She was one of her husband at the time, or whatever, was
Whatever he was.
yeah, no, I'm not trying to throw nobody's business underneath there. Bert was in her life. They had a kid together.
There we have it. Right.
And Bert was a huge part of my life then.
Sure.
He did a lot of songs for me back in the day, and after Simple Girl, he may have even gotten a couple cuts on Simple Girl, actually. Anyway,
yeah, should I go was Bert, right?
Should I go? Yeah.
Should I go?
Yeah. Did you ever hear
And
Confused? I think Confused is Bert.
yes, and Better Than the Day was him as well.
Is Bert. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Golly, you got a better memory than me. The sun shines brighter now.
Oh,
the clouds are gone away.
Did Brandy arrange that one?
Did I think she
Oh
did.
my God!
Because
when I tell you I hear her through and through.
Yeah. I think she even vocal produced that one. Yeah, she did. So what was I saying?
Oh no, you started singing and I
so
was
then
done.
Brandy, I know, sorry. So Brandy started, building a relationship with Tim, That's why
Hmm.
she's in my Make Me a Song video. You know, we were cool for a hot minute. And then he ended up doing her album. So yeah, that was a cool time. It was neat to have all these, you know, shit. Brandy, I grew up
Yeah,
listening to her. I being, you know, we're not too far apart in age, but she had made it so young, and I grew up listening to her. So to be
right.
as, if you know, when I get in a session now, um, I give her credit for teaching me how to stack and layer and harmonize because I learned from her in the studio.
Like, and one of my favorite songs that you all did together, Escape. Oh my
It's
God.
my favorite.
Um, when I tell you, like, I've loved your music through and through, but Escape touched me in a special place,
Mhm.
particularly your version, because her version is out there too, and of course, take nothing away from the genius that Brandy is, but the way you sang it, it felt like a really personal connection to that song.
Yeah.
You remember working on Escape with her?
I don't remember doing it with her. I remember her
Okay,
recording it first. And if you listen to My Escape, that's her.
got you,
Excuse me.
got you.
You know what I'm talking about in the beginning where it goes,
Yeah, yeah.
Escape.
Hmm.
That's Brandy on there. I don't think they ever took
So
the voice off. Sorry,
okay,
girl. Just,
but you sound great and
yeah.
amazing.
But, um, yeah, she did it first. And then I guess it didn't make the cut. So I took it.
Nice,
And,
nice, and that's such a beautiful song, and I feel like
oh,
it's lyrically it's still a space that we all can relate to. We just need escape, right? We just need to get away for a minute.
especially now in this
Oh
crazy
Jesus.
ass world.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Rona, go away.
I know. I know. Madness. Crazy
Oh,
will go away.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But absolutely. So you've just worked with some incredible talents, and I know that along the way you've gleaned little pieces here and there from each and every one. What's one of your biggest takeaways from working with Timbaland?
Um, I'd say probably just the the artistic. I guess how do I want to say that? I don't know. Um, do you mean like personally or just like artist?
As an artist, but even personally, because I know that, working with him in that close proximity, you definitely grew
We
closer, I'm
had a really,
sure.
really, really special relationship. Like he was one of the few um just really good people that
Mm,
in the industry that I really got to like. I don't have anything negative to say about him. You know what I
oh no.
mean? And even if I did, I wouldn't say anything, but I really truly don't have anything to say negative about him. He was very good to me. He was generous, and kind. And he always really, even after the whole Interscope deal folded or I asked for a release and that whole Simple Girl folded or whatever, he was still, I still want to see you make it. I still want to see you. I'll do whatever I can. He was always just so good to me. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Um, I will tell you that Flo Rida's song Elevator,
Hmm.
I was like, okay, Flo Rida's cool or whatever, it's kind of party rap.
Hmm.
Cool. That song came out and I'm like, okay, this is a Timbaland beat. This is crazy. Um, then I get to the chorus and I hear, I'm like, whoever that is just killing back there. Who is that?
So funny, right? I know.
You, ma'am.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just, oh yeah. So how'd that happen? Just like Tim call you up, like, hey, I need some
Well,
vocals today.
after Interscope, um, um, and right before I went on tour with Madonna, the first tour,
Mhm.
we kind of rekindled. We are not rekindled. We reconnected.
Yeah.
And like in great Tim fashion, he's like, "Meet me at the studio at 12:31 a.m." It's like, yes,
That's
I'm a
epiphany of it
singer.
all.
We don't do that. So I meet him and Flo Rida's in there and he's a sweetheart, just so nice. And he's like, Kylie, I got an idea, you know, got me stuck. And then you say, where? Oh my elevator, uh-huh. And he's just like, get in there and just, get in there. I miss working with you. So I just kind of did a little sultry sounding question and answer kind of deal. And then it ended up being his single. So that was awesome.
That is so crazy. I was listening to Questlove's podcast recently. Nelly Furtado was on there, and of course, she did that massive Loose album with Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And she said in working with him, there was sort of this. Tim gets really excited when he's excited. He's excited, and so there was sort of this push to excite him, basically. Like, I want him to be excited about my idea and what I'm doing.
Totally.
Can you relate to that?
Yeah, for sure. No, being in a studio with him, that's his element. That's where he lives. That's where he exists. So being there and seeing him come up with things off of the cusp and just like being who he is was magic. It really was. And yeah, like to see him get excited on stuff that I'm doing or singing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, that's with anybody though, but yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Super cool. So the last song on your list is actually one of yours, because I was like, Kylie, you need one of your songs on this list, ma'am. So Simple Girl, the title of the song and the album.
Yep.
We're gonna listen to a little bit of it and then we'll talk more, okay?
Awesome.
Y'all, of course, welcome to 5 Songs That Changed My Life. Kiley Dean is my special guest. Yay!
But I don't need your car or your jewelry to keep me satisfied. Come through for me. Take me for a ride up and down the coast. You ain't gotta
try. Shout out to Candace Nelson.
You ain't can't supply. All I need is this world. That's the bottom line. I'm a simple girl.
Face an interview.
That's the bottom line. I'm a simple girl. That's the bottom line. I'm a simple girl. You claim you got at me 'cause I'm cool. 'Cause I'm different from what you're used to. And baby, I don't mean to be rude, but your pockets ain't what I meant to. Just give me a reason to believe that I mean more to you than your Cadillac. Just spending your time on me, not your cash. Make an impression that's gonna last. 'Cause I know that you got a little glow.
Yes, yes.
That's Candace on the backgrounds. I kept her on the backgrounds.
I mean, she is one of the best background stacking people ever. Ever.
Incredible. Hey, Ash.
I can pick her out of any song. I'm like, yep, that's Candace.
Mm-hmm. That's her. She's incredible. I love her. I still talk to her. I adore that person. She's just a good human.
Oh man, she seems like it. I can't wait to work with her. Due to Instagram, I've actually been able to, communicate with her and tell her these things in person. Like, I love you. You're amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. She is. She needs to be told.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
So yes,
saving my song for last. That means a lot.
The best for last, of course. So when you hear that song, where does it take you?
Oh man, it takes me back to 2003, 2004. It takes me to a place of like, I love it because obviously Candace like killed that right, and I love it because it was true to who I am and who I was. As you know, I've never been about money, fame, cars, jewelry, nothing like that, and I never like sought that out in a man or a partner, you know what I mean? And that's what that song talks about. Like, I don't need your money, I don't need your jewelry to keep me satisfied, just come through, like be there, be present. Yeah, I mean that money comes and goes, and what matters is God and somebody who's gonna ride or die for you your entire life, and I got that. So
and you got that. Shout out to Mason.
Ooh,
yes, I love it.
I think he's still getting the babe down.
Oh, the struggle continues.
Constant.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I am so happy that we got a chance
Anytime.
to chat.
Blast.
Yay! I'm glad you had fun.
I did.
Absolutely.
Thank
so
you.
before we go,
sorry I was late.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We chit-chatted and had fun with the people in the comments. It's
Okay,
all good.
good.
Before we go, tell the people not only where they can find you, but what you got coming up next, because I know you got some good stuff for us.
Yes. So we are on Patreon. Everything we're doing, we are uploading at least one or I'm not sure. I'm trying to do 2 covers a month right now. But we're also putting up exclusive content.
Yeah.
Yeah, exclusive content, and also sneak peeks behind the worship album that I am recording and writing right now. So
Woohoo!
with the year that I've had, it's been crazy. Getting through cancer and COVID and just
Survivor.
crazy. So
Yes.
yeah, I
Yes.
wanted to give back to my God, my creator, and just thank him because
Hmm.
I am in a whole nother space and place right now. And I don't think I would be here if I had not gone through what he allowed me to go through. And he has stayed good and he's still good. And I want to sing about that. I don't think I'm going to become a Christian artist per se, but I definitely want to put out a little bit of a worship album just to kind of, tell my story and what I've been through and how good
You're
he's
like me.
stayed.
You cuss a little bit, but you love Jesus. It's
I
all
cuss a
good.
little bit, but I love me some Jesus.
Come
Exactly. I
on.
love
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're
No,
good.
I'm excited for this project because your voice is
Yeah.
beautiful no matter what you sing, but I know that connection that you have with God and with worship. So I just can't wait to hear you soar in that arena as well.
Thank you. That means so much
Absolutely.
to say that. Yeah. It's a definitely new territory. So I'm just walking. I'm walking through it. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, there we
Excited.
go. That's what we're all doing, right?
Yeah.
Faith walk.
Totally.
And when are we going to work together?
You call me. You have my number.
Mm,
You call
I
me.
do. Yay.
Come on. And you're only
We're
3
gonna make
hours
it happen.
away from me. There's not that big of an excuse.
That
You
oh
meet halfway. Do it right.
I love it.
You heard it
I
here
love it.
first.
Let's make it happen.
All
You
right.
heard it here first, y'all.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody, thank you for joining us on
Yeah.
5 Songs That Changed My Life. Have a good night, y'all. Bye, Kylie.
Bye,
Love
sweetheart.
you, dear.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.